Hello everybody, my name is Sunny Rabbit in case you couldn't tell. Today's video is about Warrior Cats video games, or Warrior Cats adjacent in one case. Kids these days love video games, so I'll be talking about 3 games today. Cattails, Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition, and ClanGen. I played these games a lot in my free time, and I just wanted to briefly go over the gameplay and my own experience playing these games. I've made a single OC and clan for consistency. Everyone say hi to Owl and Avian clan. Anyways, let's hop right into talking about the first game. Cattails is an easygoing game that's made for sitting back and relaxing, roaming around the forest doing daily tasks. The laid-back nature of this game allows for many different playstyles. Hunting, foraging, and fighting gives EXP that can be put into passive skills that improve different aspects of the cat. Active skills let your cat use a power that has a cooldown. Teleporting, sprinting, and claiming territory would all be active skills. You can mix and match these skills to have your cat fit your specific playstyle, from being a strong hunter to a formidable fighter. While it's not a Warrior Cats game, there are some similarities to the books. Large groups of cats that fight over territory. A former house cat joins one of the groups and later saves them. The groups meet once a month/season under a truce. Surface level comparisons, but with a little imagination you can make your own colony a clan of sorts. The main quest of this game is largely inconsequential in terms of story. Completing it allows you to create your own colony and gives you a special skin, though nothing particularly changes outside of that. If you're looking for some epic tale about warring cats or betrayal, Cattails isn't exactly the game to scratch that itch. You could erase the main quest from the story and nothing would fundamentally change in terms of gameplay. That's not a bad thing. The strongest part of this game is how much of a time sink it is. I stopped my first playthrough at around 25 hours, and that was pretty much playing non-stop. For my second playthrough, I put in around 15 hours before stopping. The music is so memorable, and it fits the life sim vibes of Cattails like a glove. Winter and Autumn have my favorite tracks in any game for how catchy they are. The art style is adorable, and the portraits of the colony cats are easily recognizable from any game. You also have the option to customize your cat with pets, clothing, or changing their pelt colors. My only real complaint about Cattails is that the early game is a little slow. I found myself getting frustrated with hunting. Fishing especially is a little touchy with how easy it is to miss. Leveling up the hunting skills did make the process easier, but I still found my cat missing fish often enough that I avoided it if I could. The fighting mechanics weren't all that great either. I felt like my attacks wouldn't land even when I was right on top of an enemy. I figured it was just an experience thing, but it still occurred at higher levels. Border battles got a little bit too crowded and I found myself losing sight of my cat while fighting. I did enjoy how simplistic the fighting was, I just personally didn't care for it. The late game of Cattails is the best part. I enjoyed taking my babies out and training them to hunt, forage, and fight the other colonies. You can only take one baby out at a time, and I know parents aren't supposed to have favorites, but Sparrow is my baby girl. Look how cute she is. For this playthrough, I romanced Robin and joined the mountain colony. For both playthroughs, I found myself not really talking to any other cats other than my spouse. The dialogue is a bit limited, so I focus more on spending time outside in the territory than trying to befriend my colony mates. Once I had finally decided to finish this particular playthrough, this is what my map and allegiances looked like. Cattails is a fun game, and I'm glad I got to play it again. There's a sequel slated to come out on Steam in 2023 called Cattails: A Wildwood Story. The Nintendo Switch version is coming sometime in 2024. The first game is still worth picking up if you haven't played it already. It's a cute game and it's worth every penny. The next game I'll be talking about is the Roblox game, Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition. This is the Warrior Cats game. It offers the most in customization, with their major drawback being that it's a roleplay game. On Roblox. Ultimate Edition is rather straightforward in its gameplay. To start off with, you make your own cat, or morph as the kiddos call it. For consistency's sake, I remade Owl for my Cattails playthrough. He'll now be Owl Mask, and his design is vaguely based off of Spotted Owl since I've been reading Guardians of Ga'Hoole recently, and Nautilus is my favorite character. This game allows for massive amounts of customization. Fur length, pelt colors, spots, stripes, and scars, you name it. And that's not even getting into the various accessories. I've played for hours and I don't think I've ever seen 2 look-alike cats join the same server. Once you finish making your morph, it's off to the races. Ultimate Edition allows you to pick your role, clan, and give a brief bio for your character. I'll usually just give Owl Mask a short description so it's easier to read. After you spent 20 to 45 minutes finding a server that isn't overrun with Specs or Zodiac RPers, you can finally sit down and wait for 20 minutes as the leader waits for more people to fill in despite half the people already being piled into Wind Clan. I find that it's usually tradition for the leader to spend some time establishing the RP, giving an opening speech before dismissing everyone to their duties. The deputy, Star Clan willing, will probably sometimes maybe assign patrols, but that's not always a guarantee. It's up to you what you do in the RP. If you want some forbidden romance, go for it. Is your cat a spy for the Dark Forest? Knock yourself out. The world is your oyster, and the only thing stopping you is the annoying hashtags that block out the entire speech you've written because a single word was censored. Which one? Who knows? I find the special roles like Deputy, Leader, and Medicine Cat have more to do on a regular basis, with the major drawback being that everyone wants your attention. Medicine Cats have their paws full fixing injured kits and apprentices, deputies make patrols and fill in for the leader if they're out of camp, and being leader has its own set of problems. A leader needs to be everywhere at once. Too many apprentices but no one willing to mentor, RPs that have been happening in the background sometimes need the leaders to participate, leaders doing their own RP, but sometimes someone interrupts to tell the leader something not all that important, if they can be Medicine Cat or begging for a mentor. Kids randomly coming up to you and asking if you want a child is extremely common, especially during meetings. You leave camp for 5 minutes and someone's up on the rock trying to take your role. It's a balancing act that takes a lot of patience to try and manage. Normal warriors get free reign to explore the territories and hunt without many restrictions. Go on patrol, make friends, or enemies, and fight rogues to your heart's content. Recently, the game has added a hunting mechanic and a fishing minigame to feed the clan. As of writing this review, the only prey available is wood mice, rabbits, birds, and trout. Squirrels, rats, and frogs are set to be added at a later date. Hunting is very fun when there's nothing else going on in the camp. There's also the added bonus of giving mentors something to teach their apprentices. I know I've been a bit tongue-in-cheek with this review, but that's just because this game is a beautiful mess. I've done fantastic RPs with people who never miss a beat, immediately followed by another RP where I'm stuck in camp trying to convince a rogue to stop stealing from the fresh kill pile. It's hard to put this game into direct words. No two RPs are the same, and the quality shifts wildly every time you log on. I hope all of you can at least relate to some of the experiences I've had. If you haven't, feel free to try this game for yourself. It's free to play on Roblox. ClanGen is the third and final game I'm going to talk about today. I've once again made Avian Clan and generated my cats. This game is pretty hands-off. Unlike Cattails or Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition, you don't play as a cat, unless you get a mod that is. ClanGen is about managing the clan from afar. You can set patrols, mates, and with a mediator you can influence relationships, but outside of that it's all in the hands of RNG. Once you hit the skip moon button, the clan will progress on its own. Cats will get injured or sick, go missing, find accessories, or die without any input from you. ClanGen is about managing the clan as the moons go by and making up stories for them along the way. The game even gives you the option to write down notes for your cats if you want to jot down little histories or personalities for the clan members. I've seen people roll dice or set their own rules for their clans, but I just tend to send patrols and hit the skip moon button. The only restriction I give myself is not taking in every loner, kitty pet, or injured cat, only bringing in the kits. The population of the clans grows pretty quickly, so it's at least some way of mitigating that. Cats can find kits on patrols, or during moons, some of your cats can adopt litters, which is why I try to keep the population to a reasonable amount. Oh, would you look at that? Avian Clan is 12 moons old now. Let's see what they're up to. Oh. There aren't any restrictions for the cats in-game as far as I can tell. Medicine Cats can have mates and kits without there being any punishment. Warrior Cats break the code in between moons but aren't exiled or killed without any input from the player. Some personalities of cats can influence behaviors during the moon events. Cats can fight or commit murder, though it seems unrelated to the warrior code, influenced more by the vengeful, bloodthirsty personality traits and personal relationships. Something I personally do is write down the family trees for each clan. I like to track the lineage for all my cats who have kits. Way too often does the tree get wider instead of longer, so I've begun to toggle the allow kits option so my clan doesn't get too big. Once my clan reaches around 3 pages or around 45 cats, I turn on the extinction event option to bring down the clan size. Unfortunately, this game absolutely hates my medicine cats in particular, because on 3 or 4 separate occasions, each in different clans I've managed, I've had my medicine cats get wiped out alongside a significant chunk of warriors, or just killed during freak accidents. For this playthrough, I've been using the dev version, and I'm having some issues. After an update, some of the text isn't displaying correctly, but it appears to be fixed now. I also had some stray pixels in one of my older clans, though this was only on one of the cats and I haven't seen the issue again. Cruel Season has still yet to come out as of writing this, so I'm excited for when it finally releases. This game consumes so much of my time in early 2023, I can't wait to sit at my desk for 6 hours straight watching my little cats get into their silly little dramas. Avian Clan has reached another milestone today. Let's see how they're doing. Auburn Star is still leader and the clan has multiplied in size, so I think now's a good stopping point. If you have any other Warrior Cat games that you'd like to recommend, please leave a comment below. Let me know your experiences with these games as well. There's probably some special events from ClanGen that I haven't encountered, or a funny experience from Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition that you're just dying to tell someone about. Or you can just say how your colonies are going in Cattails. I want to hear about it. That's the end of this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.